Hi.
How are you?
Good. I'm Allie. It's very nice to meet you.
Allie.
So, our first question for you is, what is it like being a journalist in the age of the 24-hour news cycle, and what advice do you have for journos just graduating J school?
Of course, I think it can be very difficult. There's more demand now than ever for immediacy in terms of news, right? And that runs very counter to what we're told or what we're taught very often in terms of, take your time and get it right. And I think that it can be difficult. That's a unique challenge for a lot of young journalists coming into it. It is really important to get it right. It's really important to learn those fundamentals, to cross your T's and dot your I's, because no one ever remembers who gets something first, but they do remember who screws it up, right? And so that's something I try to remind myself of very often. The other thing is I think that that practice really makes perfect, right? I try to write every single day, and I tell young people to write and report every single day because journalism is very much a trade. It's like being a car mechanic. Your first car, you're never going to fix it quite as well as that 100th car, and your 1,000th car is going to be way better than your 100th car. Writing stories is the exact same way.
See, guys, journalism is basically one big simile.
Exactly, right?
So you got into some trouble when you were in Ferguson reporting
A little bit.
inside of a McDonald's. I want to talk to you about the social media aspect of that. What advice do you have for people who are kind of still learning to do social media good, so to speak? Air quotes there.
Do it good.
Do it good.
I think that social media can be extremely empowering, right? You can bring tens of thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people to where you are, and you can show them what you are seeing through your eyes. Now, we can also get in trouble that way sometimes too. And so what I always stress to people is, when I was growing up, there was always this big thing, like we should have two different accounts. Like I'd have my private account or my public account. And what I've always told people is that, I prefer to have one space, right? And so
One Leslie. Oh, Leslie, only one you.
Yeah, there's only one version of me, right? And so my professional contacts see the personal version of me, and the personal, like my friends see the professional version of me. But that forces me to be a little bit more professional in my personal space, but also a little personal in my professional space. And then when you end up getting in trouble, like cuffed in a McDonald's, so in some ways people are more sympathetic to you because they feel like they know you as a real person, not just as some guy who writes stories. And so I think it can be really helpful.